HBox enjoys camping
Yes.
one little bit.
I
think he hates it. I just think he loves winning.
Yeah.
He loves winning more than anything. And so he will do whatever it takes to win. But I think that the need to play these slow, tedious defensive games takes its toll on the GOAT, on HBox.
Do you, like, on stream, he goes mask off sometimes.
Right.
The big crash out right now, you're seeing it. I think it's turmoil about having to camp sometimes, about having to deal with camped players and he wants to fight. He is an old school player.
No, HBox's X Factor, if we're talking about X Factors, HBox's X Factor is his need to win and his fire and his determination in bracket.
You can see it in the scrap.
Oh God,
how intensely he turns on in those really clutch moments, like right up close to them. He's making decisions that are 2 steps ahead of them, like before they even happen.
Right, and so I think that's why also when you see like HBox back in like the online era, there was a little bit less passion, a little bit less fire. It felt like there was less at stake. But you know, on stage, in front of a cheering crowd, especially when he knows how difficult the road ahead of him is going to be, the man locks in like no other. And SDJ, by comparison, seems very content to camp. Seems very content to play 7-minute games.
SDJ, I think, actually likes it.
I think so too.
SDJ likes it.
And so HBox is, have you heard of sowing and reaping?
I've heard of that,
This may be some reaping of former sowing.
Oh.
HBox, you know,
follow the other.
One of the faces of 7-minute games.
Ah,
you know,
he's being hoisted by his own guitar.
That's perfect.
Yeah, he's tasting his own medicine.
I'm seeing the use case here. Thank you.
Yes, and you know, maybe not. Maybe we shouldn't spread that around. You know? People don't love the word petard, even though it's correct here.
Okay.
But HBox actually down here, and SDJ is not going to give big swings.
Not at all. SDJ, we're going to see from the left side of the stage to the top of the stage to the right side of the stage, going to whittle down the timer and the sanity of H-Beast.
H-Beast? Yeah,
Beast.
Clutch God.
Clutch.
You ever notice how Clutch God is completely divested from the original name entirely?
I love
at that
it.
point?
It's like a hat on a hat.
I didn't even realize until someone was like, you know, it's not Hungry or Box.
No, it's like a photocopy of a photocopy.
Yes, a shadow of a shadow.
It's the Waluigi of catchphrases.
It's the Waluigi. I was just thinking about the postmodern like presence of Waluigi. That's right.
That's what, you know, games like this I tend to start thinking about even this early.
Yeah.
About, you know, other things. Existential crises, the specificity of like whose crown is Puff wearing, you know?
That is such an insane question. I never thought about the governance or the what type of feudal location or tract of land that SDJ rules right now.
The hell. What does Puff have? This is stolen valor.
Is this hereditary? Was there a coup? I mean, he's trying to take down the king right now.
And what martial art does Green Puff play? You know, nobody knows. You know. Got some good kicks though. That smash is pretty beefy. That back air.
One of my favorite Jigglypuff quotes is, "I fear not the Jigglypuff that has practiced 1,000,000 kicks, 1,000 kicks once."
Right.
It's the back air that they practice 1,000 times.
Yeah, I think that's from the anime, right?
Yes. Yeah. Speaking of Shadow Selves, I am thinking about the anima, the internal HBox right now. Seeing how he's presenting what I think is like. He's trying to play his game right now, and I think over the course of the set, the adaptations happen pretty quickly. And with this many don't laugh. This many interactions, I do see HBox switch up modes all the time.
Right. Very quickly. And you know what? Even if it isn't quick, he's gonna have time.
Okay. Well, quickly for me, when I recognize he goes for 2 or 3 bears, it doesn't really work. He goes instead for like the wave dashing.
Right. Anything. This is down 2 stocks already. This is already feeling pretty desperate. But like, see, SDJ gonna be very content to Mewtwo King at the top of the stage here.
Yeah. But look at the way HBox went for a shield grab there. HBox was staying grounded here, but like in previous interactions just before in this earlier part of the game, he's chasing SDJ at the top platform. You know, I think these small positioning mix-ups, those are mode switches for HBox.
And if I'm not mistaken, the set last year was a reverse 3-0 by HBox.
Yes, it was. It was. That's why it was so sick.
So we may be in for a similar scene here.
Yeah, I should crack my water. I should.
Yeah, I don't want to drink too much water, actually.
Because you might need to go at game 5. Yeah.
Well, you know, we got some time here,
That's right.
folks.
Hungrybox with a grab there, and SDJ goes, I know what I'll do after that. Jump away.
It's effective.
Something I am looking at now, and something I don't really like look at until I get to watch like a floaty ditto, is the drift mix-up. Something that's not as clear with a lot of the standard top tiers who do like dash dancing and like play really the grounded game much more heavily. But because of Puff's aerial drift and seeing how hard it is for a lot of players to beat HBox because of that drift mix-up, I really get to see it on display, like how they're just moving with their stick.
Yeah, I mean, it's really impressive. Like it feels like a game of like Bloody Knuckles sometimes, right? Where like you're trying to smack your hands on top of.
Yeah.
Just because it's that slap hand, right? Just because they're so close, and it's just like you're tickling toes with the other puff.
It's a little thing. The input is literally just tilting your stick slightly, smashing it versus tilting it.
Yeah,
you know?
it really is a matchup of finesse.
And I don't have great stick control. So, like, me seeing this, I am like, oh, right, you can play like this. I also play Sheik, and I forgot that aerial mobility really existed.
Yeah, I mean, you just kind of go up and down, right?
Yeah. You know, you have an aerial and it's there. But like, oh no, in order to punish HBox, you have to be scouting out the landing. You have to be calling out where Jigglypuff wants to be, because you're not going to get there in time if you react.
Yeah, it's you know what, I'm looking right, it's a very good point. I'm looking right now, I'm surprised actually that ref happened, because I feel like this kind of position, SDJ is just going to play for time in spite of being a stock out.
Oh, you're right. I was thinking earlier in this game that, you know, I think every player, every person has like a punch card of how how many iterations they can have. Is that it? Okay. How many he checks his phone. How many iterations of like not doing what you want or like going for the dopamine until you do risk it, like go for the big one. And I was just thinking like SDJ, I never see them go for the big one. You know, never go for the big swing that like nets something really big, but also can like lose your view.
Yeah,
really.
no, in some ways SDJ is the anti-CPU Zero. Just playing very conservatively and very content to take that lead and just wait it out. Big rest, but not gonna matter.
Okay.
I think, you know what though? I'm a little bit biased on this one. I love seeing an HBox run, but I'm glad that SDJ took that first game.
Yeah.
Because that means we cannot go back to Dreamland.
That is. I did not know you were going there.
That's, you know.
I thought you were turning on the Puff Ditto, like, you know what? Yeah. Let's get more games.
Thank God. Okay. My goat.
Okay, yes. Nice. Yoshi. Now, HBox is going to have a lot easier time chasing SDJ up in the air now.
Right.
There's just less airspace, and it's much closer to the platforms where you get your layover.
Yeah, though Faust has pointed out something to me in this matchup that SDJ does that is very frustrating, which is playing right around this outside lip of the side platform on Yoshi's. Because it extends right to the side of the stage, it can be a lot harder to contest because SDJ has a lot more real estate that they can go off stage and then drift back onto the side platform. They have ambiguity on where they're going to land because they're both right there.
Yeah, in Dreamland, in Stadium, like
the side plats are in, right? So if you're off stage and your jumps are expended, you pretty much have to go to the ledge.
That's really well spotted. Yeah, so SDJ has a closer, safe
spot, and so he's actually going to be able to play off stage a little bit more effectively.
Oh my god, SDJ burst movement too.
Yeah,
oh my god, off of that platform. Yeah, like you were saying.
And I think that is the spot of only a Puff main could have. That is beyond me.
Because I'm like, oh yeah, in the air and on the platform again. But no, actually, like
it makes a lot of sense.
These slight spacing differences really make a difference when all of your fighting is air to air.
Yeah, like we said, it's just the minutia of the matchup because both. I have a feeling if I close my eyes and then open them, I know what move's coming up next. You know?
Oh, okay.
It's back air.
Yeah. If you're a betting man, or honestly, if you're not betting, this is still a smart bet. Yeah. Okay. Catch from SDJ. I do think, understated, SDJ has a little bit of an X factor sometimes. Where, like, yes, the game plan, I think they lull you into something more simple where you're playing, like, basically the same mix-up, you're empty hopping around each other, but then SDJ makes a good read, you know, like, oh, one right back. I think June has a similar like dynamic where it's like, oh, you get one big thing where it's like, oh, you found a genius call, and that's enough like to give you a small edge.
Yeah, I think, you know, masters of the low risk read, the low risk high reward, or medium risk high reward conservative read, is, I mean,
the win draw.
Right. Yeah. The rock paper.
The rock paper. Oh yeah. Okay.
And I think it's a really great observation. I think in general, people don't talk about just how good SDJ is, maybe as much as they should. SDJ has incredible wins, incredibly consistent player. You know, beat Moki at Genesis, beat Amsa at Don't Park.
Yeah.
I think beat Wizrobe recently too.
I think so. I think there's a cultural element to it. I don't think. It's a big cultural element.
I agree. I think that, look, you can play Melee in a variety, endless different ways.
It takes all kinds.
So many different kinds.
Many ways up the mountain.
But that doesn't mean that people aren't going to feel ways about some of those paths traveled.
That's true.
And this path is not, I would say, not the most beloved by the people.
No. But you're not playing for people to love you.
You're playing to win, baby.
Yeah, that's right. I had that realization one time. I was like, oh, I hate like doing the back throw cheese because it just doesn't feel good to do that to someone. And then
you were like, oh, I play Sheik.
My friend was like, you want to make your opponent feel good?
I know.
Right? But that said, like, you don't really. Oh, wow! The crowd into it. Yeah, looking for maybe the up air read. They know it's coming too.
Yeah, because I mean, HBox really clawed this back. You know, like 8% at a time or whatever.
Oh yeah. So I think like it's hard to give SDJ props because you're afraid of validating something that you find frustrating.
Right, and I think that we all, you know, holistically know that Melee has been kind of kept in check by some sort of social, not policing, but some sort of like.
There's an expectation. There's a soft contract.
Right.
Yeah.
We're all trying to play this game. There are values to this game beyond the winning and losing.
Yeah.
In some senses, but when you're on that main stage, ultimately only one person can win, and it's not that cool to be cool and lose.
It's not. You're not playing for everyone. You're playing for you at that moment. And Matt, I'll say it. In this era of like a lot of online Melee, that contract has been shredded.
Oh my God, man, it's gone. I miss it.
It is staggering to see how fast the change happened culturally, and I think that it might actually be a buff against players like SDJ who might have played like this naturally, because now we're really accustomed to being looking out for the counter hit, knowing how to emphasize our clean hits, like playing around. Playing around when you know that someone is going to position that far out.
Yeah, that's true. It also, though, for players like SDJ, has given them ample opportunity to play people. Because you hop on ranked mode and they can't quit out.
That's right.
You play like this at the Smash Fest, you don't get invited back, man.
That's right. People say this a lot. I've said this a fair amount. I will play someone and go, this person was never bullied. This person would have been bullied out of this play style, and we would not have access to it. But the great equalizer of Slippy has Randall! I didn't even see that.
Such great awareness from HBox.
Oh wait, that was actually a reverse hit off the slit.
Yeah,
and actually stage spikes.
Yeah, Randall giveth and taketh.
Whoa! In one recovery there. That is crazy.
So funny.
Yeah, the Yoshi side cardboard. Like it's a little DIY. It's rustic around there, and so you can get a little buff. You can get a little stage spike as well.
Yeah, no, this is one of those ones where I don't know, man. SDJ is such an amazing player, and
but it's also hard to watch someone reach so hard and see that they want it, like HBox is fine looking for these back airs, and just getting stuffed each time.
Yeah, it takes a special breed for me to say, man, Juan's playing so cool and aggressive right now.
He really shows up as the Chad in the matchup.
All right, yeah, this has already been a 6.5-minute game on Yoshi's story.
And they could honestly be interacting less. You know, this has been pretty.
Don't. If there's anything to not commentators curse, buddy, can we please?
Yeah, you know what? SDJ's been ignoring that ledge a little bit, huh?
You know, there's probably still like 38 more ledge grabs you could get.
We got 90 seconds. What else are you doing right now, huh?
Yeah, I got time. I'm not that old, you know.
Yeah. We're here.
You know, I think Juan's older than SDJ. If they play this out long enough, he probably dies first.
You can play the long game. Play the incredibly long game.
You don't say.
Okay, SDJ threatening. Oh! Dude, Matt, that happens to SDJ like kind of a lot. Like for the past couple of years, the headphone situation, the headphones fall off of SDJ. Have you seen even SDJ put on the double?
On the headphones?
Yes.
I was about to say.
Yes. Need to keep them on. You know? They double.
Right. What do you think that's from? What is the reasoning there, the double headphone?
I thought, I didn't really know for a while, but I think seeing how much the headphones fall off, I think they just might not be a good fit on SDJ's
You think it was like a clamp? The second headphones and then a clamp on the first one?
Yeah, because like having them not doing that as much from what I've seen the headphones come off in a lot of games.
That's true.
And I think instead of getting different headphones, getting second headphones just to buff the ones that you like
is very funny.
Kind of reads as SDJ for some reason.
It is.
It's optimal.
I like it. I was thinking maybe it was for more sound blocking.
That is also, you know, that happens sometimes. If you've got some, like noise canceling headphones, but you've got earbuds underneath.
Right.
You know, yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah, really wanted to block out the sounds of
the maybe even
the crowd going mild.
We're not on camera. We fist bumped for that one. That was for us for a second, but I think it's important that they know. Yeah, but I mean, honestly, SDJ is taking some energy from the crowd too, and like, they're not a sleeper player. They're emoting a lot. Each backer is doing damage to both players.
No, I think if you look at SDJ's face, like they're very clearly engaged in this, really dialed in and playing to win.
Every interaction is intentional.
Yeah, and I think that is really important to be able to play these long games but stay locked in, kind of like with Zane playing against Akla earlier, right? It's the ability to not fall asleep at the wheel and stay in the moment is essential.
And we talk a lot about endurance and stamina. Well, actually, we don't talk about it as much as I think as it gets in play. But like being present for every single one of these interactions for 40 minutes or something like that is exhausting for one set. You know?
Yeah, this is so draining, especially for later in the bracket. And it also makes me wonder how Hungrybox's mental is coming into this tournament, because I think very notably he did just win CEO, which is a smaller regional plus size tournament in Florida, but he had his worst performance since his first performance at Tip-Top 16, where he got 33rd, losing to Maelstrom and Nikki.
Yes. I was just I read on Twitter
and the time.
I read on Twitter that was the first time HBox has gotten 33rd in OG Kid's life.
That's upsetting.
Oh! Is it a trade though? Is it a trade?
Yes.
Oh! Almost. If there was an onset tech or something. Oh! Let's go! The crowd's popping off because it's happening. Production is popping off. People in the crowds. Come on!
This is how it starts, man.
Let's go. Dude, you have 20 minutes for the first two games, and then we're going to like wrap it up in the next 90 seconds.
I love to see it. If we could get a couple more of those, I will be a happy boy.
I want every Bubnido to just be who gets the first rest.
Oh, that would be fun. We should gentlemen.
Sometimes they do that. Sometimes they do that.
Would be cool.
Wow, and the people actually have showed up for that one too.
Well, I think that like, look, I think it's not unfair to say that all of us would love to see what happens if we go the distance again this year. If HBox manages to lock in and repeat the impossible climb, the mountain of all mountains from last year.
Matt, do you know if like Tio Joe or Dope or anything have made any countermeasures since last year?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe they've like weighted some chairs down.
Yes. Do you remember Cody was proposing for a second to bolt down chairs for that reason?
That would be. I mean, look, you know what?
It's a solution.
It is a solution. I think the solution might be.
Oh.
Okay. That's huge. A ton of damage very quickly. Maybe the biggest combo we've seen all set so far. No, I think in the future maybe we just give Juan a different chair. Maybe like a folding chair,
like a wrestling chair that's meant to be like thrown around.
Right, or like a blow up one or something. So like he throws it and it bounces off.
I could imagine him punting an inflatable into the crowd.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I was thinking about like a pop off zone that's maybe padded or something.
Right.
Where you let him just go crazy.
Where we tape it off.
Yeah, yeah. It's like one of those rage rooms. Put some of those prop faces from the movie. How did it get slow?
No, that'd be nice though. Kind of like a timeout zone, kind of like the left side of the fire transformation of Pokemon Stadium. Nobody electing to play.
That's right. HBox taking the moment to rile the crowd.
He knows the people are here for him. People love to see an HBox pop off. I mean, he has been instrumental to several GOML moments the past few years.
That's true.
Of course, every year GOML seems to have one moment for the history books. If we go back 3 years, I would say it's the reverse pop-off.
Oh, that was GOML too!
That was GOML.
Oh!
And the year after that was, what, Loki's 13 Shines on Kadoran.
Oh!
Last year is, of course, the infamous HBox pop-off in this very same set.
But even like before that, pre-COVID and stuff, like none meeting at U2 King, or like the Leffen Shines to like take it, and all.
Massive.
Dude, but critical moments in our history.
No, GOML is I think, slightly understated sometimes in its importance to the legacy of Melee.
Yeah, it is a load-bearing tournament. It is GOML forever, they say.
That is true. It's I would say was looking like one of the big 3 tournaments, but now without the big house, maybe one of the big 2.
Big 2. I literally think this, and what like it being so consistent in quality, like the rest fall away, and the quality of this tournament emerges, right? HBox feeling the energy right now. I do want to point out, like during the fire transformation, he like a authoritarian dictator, Mussolini style, went like this, hand gestured up to the crowd, and we all fell in line. I wanted to salute.
I feel, you know, it's the man has aura.
Imagine being in a situation, like there's 1% of people in the world who can be in front of hundreds of people and make a flick of the wrist and make them like jump.
It is an HB's world, and we're all just passengers on this wonderful ride we're having right now. 4 minutes, 37 seconds on the clock, 1 stock taken.
It feels like, you know, prom pictures, you get a lot of the proper good-looking ones, and then you go, let's do one silly one. And that's the rest game.
Yeah,
they just
honestly.
Let's do one silly one.
But we're back to business. But I do love, honestly, the fact that we are on a 4-minute timer here, because, of course, HBox is the one with the lead timing this one out. Means that he is locked in to win it.
That's true.
The fact that he is down to play 8 more minutes of Melee to ensure his victory, I think is a great sign.
And top players, like people in the community who play SDJ, they will tell you, at SDJ with a lead versus without, 2 different players.
And you can't get lazy, too, because if you offer that lead back up to SDJ at any point, you are locked in. So it's going to time either way. Better you than them.
Yes, that's right.
You know?
That's right. If the game is they're gonna make the game happen, are you gonna play?
Right. Faz likes to call it the prisoner's dilemma of Melee.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because you're both in it. If you are the one who gets caught, like reaching,
right,
you get owned.
Right. So you have to cast the first stone.
Like individually, you know, it's always in your best interest to hold on to it. But just like the prisoner's dilemma, the fact when everyone is conservative, the collective fails a little bit more as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's I mean, you can't trust your opponent to not play like a filthy degenerate.
Yeah.
So I mean, sometimes you gotta step up to that level.
That's the game. That is the game. It's a free market.
Yeah, but speaking of game, SDJ has clawed this back.
Wow.
Is actually in the lead over Hungrybox.
Yeah, that up air actually, like SDJ pulling out some of the reads now to try to get that stock lead, and this next hit is going to be actually critical.
Yeah.
Whoever gets, huge.
I was going to say, Hungrybox very wisely descended down beside the tree to keep himself safe while approaching SDJ, and you know, really benefiting from that risk of playing ball.
Yeah, and I think Hungrybox also good awareness in terms of the stage positioning. I think he edge canceled that drill.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
And 2 stocks apiece, 2 minutes on the timer.
Wow,
Looking
really good on SDJ to find it.
Oh, Nair. Okay.
Oh.
35%. This is
Oh!
This is the lead you want if you're Hungrybox. This is time to play for time.
Yeah, and I think even in the Puff Ditto, HBox shows us that X factor that we're talking about. Like when he's explosive in the scrap, he just puts on damage faster than like you were expecting for the entire set, right? Like SDJ builds damage bear by bear, but Hungrybox finds these openings and then turns it into something magical.
Yeah, he's really taking things a lot further in the relative hits, but just seems like he's kind of consistently a little bit of a step behind in neutral.
Yeah, yeah.
But
when he's in the pocket, he makes it count.
Getting way better value for those openings.
Yeah.
Like we just saw too, and I think it's maybe just like a real solid awareness of where SDJ is going to be after hit, like really maximizing that. We're of course getting the fire transformations, which
but they're on the same side now.
I mean, SDJ is going to have to chase Hungrybox. Hungrybox for sure going to play near this tree, trying to stay alive as long as possible.
Yeah. We've got 77 seconds on the. Almost up. HBox looks out perhaps to his partner. Who I think that's what. Actually, the Pokemon Stadium transformation dip, I think maybe made it so that SDJ couldn't rest that.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
The jank of the stage knowing no bounds.
Oh, nice tech from HBox.
Bit of a weird spot for him to be. Not too many jumps left back up, narrowly getting back on stage.
And the transformation changing makes it so tricky for SDJ too.
We got 45 seconds. This is likely, unless SDJ can close something out right now, this is looking like an HBox win because 26%, 10 seconds on the timer, a couple in the blast zone, probably going to be a timeout in HBox's favor and a game 5 situation again.
I'm thinking SDJ gets 2 rests and we pack it up.
I don't even think that's possible right now.
I think that's not possible at all.
I think this is you don't step off the gas and completely sleep, but HBox knows he stalls us out for another 10 seconds. He's a couple pounds.
How many clips have you seen? Oh, they're starting the countdown early. Yeah, they start the countdown at 20. Okay.
And SDJ, knowing the game's over, elects to go onwards to game 5.
I feel like in pretty much 80% or something of the timeout clips that I see at the end of the match, it's one player who's got the lead, gets caught slipping, and then one fair or like some bubble damage makes them lose or something.
Yeah, it's because it's easy to feel like you've won it.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes you ever like maybe like smash attack somebody into the blast zone and you think it's over and then they narrowly don't die and you've already had that cathartic release, taking your foot off the gas and then you like lose, you get reversal and they come back on. And it's sometimes those emotional releases when you have to play like such a grueling matchup, especially and stay so locked in. Those moments of taking that foot off the gas can ruin your composure.
There's an animal element to it, right? Like somatically, you're keeping that tension in your body with your fight or flight response, and when you let it release, you release your tension, you bring down your awareness. Like, these are human beings, and that like small decisions like that affect your ability to be on the ball, like be reacting maybe 1 frame sooner, you know?
Yeah.
And when the margins are thin, that's win or loss.
100%. I mean, it takes a lot of adrenaline to stay locked into some of these tenser moments too. I also think that, kind of illustrating the idea that Hungrybox doesn't like playing these long games if he doesn't have to. The first 2 games of this set, he was playing a much less patient game. Yeah. I think trying to win, it's like Frieza from Dragon Ball. If he doesn't have to go to his final form, he'll get it done in form 1, you know?
He would like to do it cleanly. And maybe earlier form, brute force it, and just pack it up.
Right, exactly. But he's taken those weights off. He is in his unpleasant,
the horns go down. Yeah. The delts come out.
And he's ready for business. Yeah. And up this game 5.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, just taking the first stock there, just a second ago.
Now, the momentum is, I think, in HBox's favor, especially after that last game. But I am concerned, like you're saying, how the momentum is going to last because there are still 6 minutes.
Right, and we were saying that playing with the lead, people say a lot that playing with the lead is fundamentally different than playing when you're behind. But kind of like the social constructs of playstyle, that only is as true as far as there's no more time on the clock.
It's only technically true.
Right, because if you elect, as SDJ is doing, to play this defensive, methodical, patient game in spite of the stock count, sometimes it still works. You being behind is only true as much as both people believe it.
And it's a meme tweet, but it is literally true in this case. H-God only loses when he chooses. It's a different meaning than it's intended to. But yes, when HBox decides to like follow his heart and then over his mind, SDJ finds those cracks and opens it up.
For sure, but HBox very capable of locking in when he needs to. And looking like he's done so here. You know, this is not an insurmountable lead at all. We've seen SDJ nickel and dime these percent deficits back several times already this set, but
I think SDJ does have a couple reads in them still as well. Like they've shown a couple of times it happened. We're gonna have to see if they've collected enough data over the past 4 games to pull them out when it counts. You know.
But I think also though SDJ, a player very reliant on this playstyle sometimes, on playing this other people playing their game plan, and I think when you are meeting the iron will of H-Beast, of Wanda Biedma, you know, sometimes you are faced with having to change up your plan and maybe not as comfortable in those positions as you might otherwise be.
Because you're like, this is the god. You know, am I going to just be able to do what I understand and win? And if it's not working, do I need to actually sack my plan and go for something I don't understand but has more variability? At least maybe that has a chance of winning.
Right, and I think that at this point, with this kind of lead, almost necessary. I think some bad DI on an up air or a back air is going to seal the stock for SDJ, just like that.
And I was about to say, the position really matters. SDJ got the bear on the left side of the stage, doesn't kill, but when they're able to like clinch it on the side with the blast zone, that is it makes the bear twice as valuable.
And just like that, we are dead even nearly with 3:45 left. We are absolutely.
We actually are at halftime.
Yeah, we're on pace for a timeout of this raid. Especially with, I'm sure, how shirred up and slow and almost desperate in a sense both players are going to be playing to clinch out this win. This would be huge for either player. You know,
it does look painful.
Yeah, Hungrybox proving that he still has it after a very underwhelming tipped off.
Yeah.
SDJ not wanting to repeat last year.
Oh my God, if someone popped off on me like that, check up on me, okay? Oh. Wow, that's 19 unanswered %, which does sound ridiculous, but it actually was a bunch of like winning openings.
And if you look, SDJ is camping the hell out of Hungrybox's moment, jumping around to the top platform, side platform.
Reading Hungrybox, like when Hungrybox lands, you can tell SDJ is then positioning to catch Hungrybox jumping back up.
Yeah.
You know, catching the, like, okay, Hungrybox did take a breath. In order to set back up to fight me in the air, it's gonna have to be a jump.
Yeah, this is this is big. That was almost disastrous.
Hungrybox. How many jumps? How many jumps?
One more, that's it.
Burst movement from HBox. These platforms really coming in clutch for the like fast movement options. They're right there.
Dead even.
But Hungrybox reads it.
Yeah. No, HBox is doing a great job when he manages to force SDJ into this trap, typically coming out ahead. But SDJ.
That's it.
Huge.
Coming out ahead, just like that exact call. Reading the stage position, being advantageous for HBox, like choosing the time to pull the trigger.
Right. HBox coming alive knows that this is his chance. He cannot blow this lead. This is a minute and 56 seconds, the longest minute and 56 seconds of his life, probably.
And SDJ is so comfortable here.
Content just playing this out. And this is going to be the failing of SDJ, potentially. Sticking to this game plan, this really patient plan. SDJ, you got to make something happen now or you are done. And I know you still got a minute and a half left on the clock, but even past that, there is 30% to make back up. If you cannot get in there on HBox, this is done.
I think SDJ, like, can falter, but I think SDJ is a really unshakable player. I don't think that this is impossible.
Yeah, it's going to take something big, though. A minute 17. HBox going to take his time getting down.
Yeah.
See Stalin at the top of the stage.
I'm looking for an up
every
maybe?
second. No, it gets back down the stage.
We're hearing competing chants happening at the exact same cadence.
Yeah. There's 30%, 1 minute. For sure going to take on every second on this Angel platform. Because
look at him!
Coming alive! 10%.
20%.
10% deficit. We're nearly neck and neck.
We are 5% away, man.
Any hit is going to even this up. 44% on SDJ. All right, barely a lead.
Oh!
And the trade.
Dude, the crowd is taking damage with every hit as well.
Oh,
this sounds like the Melee crowd, like in-game.
My heart, 20%. That's going to be a couple of hits. 30 seconds.
SDJ got under.
SDJ knows they only have a couple of opportunities to get a hit here, taking their time, trying to set up for something good.
13% is more than a bear. Oh!
That's huge. That up air so smart, or up throw so smart from Hungrybox. Just say, get off me, SDJ.
Oh, 15 seconds.
All right.
Oh.
73, 6%. That could be any hit. Any hit could even this up.
SDJ, are you living? Are you living? Yeah!
And at the very last moment, SDJ getting a stray hit under the battlefield, and HBox unable to get back, desperately clawing back, looking for a single hit. What a flip from last year. Completely subverting every expectation that I am sure that I had, that the whole crowd had, that everybody at home had. What an upset.
SDJ is in the losing position for like 2 minutes straight, and we're like, oh man, it's so hard. It's so hard. Like suddenly it's 13%, it's maybe doable, and it's 20%. I don't know if you can really do it. And then at the very last second, also getting the hit, but then living after?
The discipline from SDJ to stick to the game plan, to take those opportunities, to play the slow game, and to not overextend, to say, I can set up for a big opening, I can get in there when it is essential, when it's necessary, and I'll get the hit when I need it to clutch it out, to clutch on the clutch box himself.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
that's the clutch. And now, I don't even realize, like, I'm like, okay, SDJ wins. And then, SDJ is at risk of dying off the bottom.
Right. Stalling, pound stalling underneath, getting a little bit stuck on the bottom of this battlefield, but it doesn't matter. Manages to avoid Hungrybox.
I think that's good, actually, right? Like, it sort of stalls, like, you right there.
Into the middle, yeah. Maybe intentional, But ended up being the difference maker. And a heartbreaking loss, I'm sure, for HBox. Almost repeating last year's reverse 3-0.
Oh, my God. That was almost, like, slow-mo on the pop-off.
Oh, and a big pop-off from SDJ. That's got to feel so cathartic after last year.
Yes. Is that Fahey? Shout out to Fahey.
Yeah,
I think SDJ's sponsor maybe even for this tournament.
Couldn't tell you, but that is what a upset. What a subversion.
Yeah.
What a moment.
I think in connection to last year, thank you, Quiggles.
Oh my God. The puppet master, the seeder for this tournament is the reference for Quiggles.
Making it all happen.
Making some crazy things happen.
So it's going to be SDJ versus Rap Monster.
That is very interesting.
One of SDJ or Rap Monster is making winner side of top 8.
Right.
They're playing for winner side of top 8.
So,
oh my God.
That'll be such a test for the young Luigi face to play what I'm sure, because I'm sure that SDJ has more gas in the tank.
Yes.
They're very capable.
Yeah.
That was a top 8
Wait,
qualifier?
that was a top 8 qualifier?
So SDJ is in top 8.
So